Good evening or good morning everyone, welcome to a new video on my channel. So maybe you were wondering why am I speaking English? So one of the reasons is because this is kind of my homework, and secondly, this will help me to improve speaking this language. You're here because you want to know why being an artist is not as simple as everyone thinks it is. So I'm going to explain a little about what my career consists of. The visual arts are a set or group of art manifestations that have a visual nature. By this we mean that they are expressions that reach people through the vision. Since we know this, I will talk a bit about my process and what I do. At the moment I only focus on painting and sculpture, but there was time when I tried ceramic, but I realized that it was not for me. But the techniques that I learned there will be useful for a sculptor. So, in itself, I have a lot of material to create new pieces, but the problem is the creative block or artist block, and I was going through something similar. Normally, when I start a painting, I already have the idea or what the image will take. But this time, because it is a semester of experimentation, I had to get out of my comfort zone and explore new materials. But I don't have enough time to think about the idea due to the piles of tasks that I have to deliver. So I couldn't just focus on the paintings. I was blocked, but I had to deliver something. So I looked for the things that inspire me the most, and in this case, it was music, and I wrote down some ideas that my favorite artists usually integrate into their paintings, of which I will leave your words in the description, but right now you're seeing some of his paintings. So to overcome this block, in addition to seeing the things that inspire me, is to think of something that I really want to try or to find fun. And I invite you to try it. This has helped me to continue the elaboration and creation of my paintings. This creative block is something that I feel that all artists have experienced. And personally, this feeling not only generates a feeling of concern and anxiety, but in my case, it is a time when I have more desire to paint, but I don't know what. But I force myself to create something. I think that as an artist, there are many things that inspire me, such as the colors, the sounds, the music, the people. It's an endless list, because it is as if we see the charm in all the things that surround us. But motivation is something I always struggle with, since it is not something that it is recovered in a single day, but can be lost in a single instant. In these days of confinement, there are times in which they keep me in constant reflection and make me long for and miss the old days. Painting from home is not bad, but it doesn't compare to the experience of going out to paint the mountains or the people. Motivation has greatly affected my creative process. It makes those negative feelings grow or make me stop in the making of a piece. But although sometimes in the process it seems that I'm going to hate the work, in the end, it surprised me. And the same thing can happen to you if you are experiencing something similar to mine. Just let it go. In these 2 weeks, you cannot imagine how much homework I have left and how many projects I have to deliver. From a scenery, painting, sculpture, or a conceptual piece, plus the theoretical task. They haven't only exhausted me emotionally, but also physically. Due to the many readings and to the long hours that I dedicate to my work, they have made my eyesight tired. Many people have told me and my colleagues that we can put up with anything, that we are a crystal generation. Well, maybe they are right, but we are living in different times. And it is true that the number of tasks has doubled due to the pandemic. And I'm sure it doesn't just happen in my career. But there is no other option, and we have to keep going even if we are exhausted. Seeing a blank canvas before caused me emotion to know that I was going to cover that blank space. But now that fear has arisen to think that I could create something that seems horrible to me, or that I know that I could put more of myself in the painting. I think that sometimes I do that unconsciously. I think too much and I don't let the painting be. Perhaps this thought has been generated because I am not satisfied with the way I paint right now, or how do I do the bodies or landscapes. But I wanted to share with you that since I dared to experiment with the support or the materials and the objects, that fear has gone leveling down, and the black canvas sometimes causes a fear of creating something that the public doesn't like. But I think it is important to recognize that sometimes we are not going to paint well every day, and if there is something we don't like, we can always start over. So we're almost at the end of this journey, in which being an artist is a struggle with oneself and with the material, in which doubts arise in the process, and that sometimes the solution is not what one expects. The life of an artist is not easy. Living from our art is something that many want to achieve, but society consumes other things and doesn't support artists enough. You don't know how a follow, a like, or sharing makes a difference. You're sharing the efforts of a person that puts in into creating a painting, sculpture, video, or whatever. So just think about that and give support to all artists that want to share a message or a feeling to the world. In the end, the result of my paintings was good, although I know they can improve. Everything turned out better than I had planned. The reaction was very positive from my teacher and classmates, and I hope to be able to recreate this piece in an area where anyone can see it. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching up to here. So, see you soon!